A woman was baking a cake when she scraped every bit of dog poop from the bottom of her shoe, right into the batter. Then she carried the freshly baked cake to her neighbor's door. The new neighbor had no idea what was coming, and happily accepted the gift.
Good?
A few days earlier, a young guy moved in. At first Nina didn't think much of it, but when she came home from work ready to rest, blaring heavy metal music came blasting through the walls. Her neighbor was throwing a party. Even though the noise was driving her crazy, Nina decided to let it slide. After all, the guy just moved in. Maybe he was celebrating, and the party would wind down soon. But she seriously underestimated how wild young people can get. By 4 in the morning, the pounding music still showed no signs of stopping. The next morning, Nina dragged herself to work after getting zero sleep. She was a zombie the entire day. After finally surviving her exhausting shift, she washed up and got ready for bed. And then the heavy metal started up again. Remembering the nightmare from the night before, Nina couldn't take it anymore. She stormed over and banged on the neighbor's door. To her surprise, the tough-looking guy was actually pretty reasonable, and told his friends to turn the music down. Back in bed, the music was still playing, but quiet enough that she could fall asleep. Exhausted, Nina drifted off quickly. But then she was jolted awake again, at 4 in the morning. This time, the music was even louder. Nina was absolutely furious. She stormed back over and pounded on the door again, but the neighbor was too hyped up to care. When Nina threatened to call the cops, he got aggressive. Seeing that talking wasn't getting anywhere, Nina called the police, but they told her it wasn't their problem. Noise complaints had to be filed with the city, and multiple neighbors needed to report it together. Nina was completely out of options. Furious, she grabbed her pillow, got in her car, and found a quiet park where she managed to sleep for about an hour. But as soon as the sun came up, a security guard woke her and said she'd get a ticket if she stayed. Back home, Nina dug through her things and found an old key. Her parents used to live next door, and she still had a spare key from when she helped take care of them. If this guy wasn't going to be reasonable, she'd handle things her own way. The next day, Nina watched from her window. The moment she saw him leave, she grabbed the key and slipped inside. She stabbed every speaker with a knife. Then she poured an entire bottle of beer all over his music equipment. After that, she went back to her own place. Just then, there was a knock at her door.